Hello everybody, happy day 4 of our 6-month pantry challenge today. It is a cold, rainy day, so we'll have some nice warming foods again today. However, it is also a very busy day for me. Tuesdays and Thursdays are typically very busy. So I thought I'd give a couple pointers real quick, and it's gonna be a lot of fast, easy meals today. I can kind of go this way a little bit better. The light from the windows coming in. Yay, I like light though. But anyway, some fast, easy meals, and I'm gonna give you a couple tips real quick on how I do that and plan for that. I know for myself that Tuesdays and Thursdays are pretty busy. So typically Monday morning, sometimes Sunday night, but typically Monday morning, I kind of plan what I want to eat on Tuesday. And I know that it's most likely going to be a crock pot, and it's most likely just going to be super fast and easy breakfast and lunch. And typically then I would have stuff left over for snacking from Monday. So it's kind of like Monday and Tuesday are buddies, they work together. So like we still have a lot of muffins left. So that's snacking for today. Tuesdays we do Luke's therapy. We have movies because we go to the movies on Tuesdays. Today we're going to see Nightmare Before Christmas 3D. He has yet to see that show. He doesn't really watch movies on TV, but he loves to go to the movie theater. So we're going to the movie theater, and so we also have to get all of our tomatoes and our peppers and stuff like that. And I gotta cut down all my spices, cut them all back because we are under freeze warnings for tonight. So I need to get all that done before the freeze comes. So it's just a busy day. And Tuesdays typically are movie and therapy. And on top of that, I do homeschool him. So we do our schooling through the day. So it's just very busy. Tuesdays are very busy. So anyway, so Sunday or Monday, I plan for Tuesday. Then I kind of plan my Monday to go along with my Tuesday. So like yesterday I made rolls because I knew I wanted some rolls for Tuesday, and I wasn't gonna have time to do all of that. So I made rolls to go with Monday. And so now I have both. I know that Ronnie's not a huge fan of the lunch we're gonna have today. So I made sure that there was enough soup yesterday so she can have soup today when we have lunch. Also made sure to get out whatever I need for the crock pot meal yesterday for today. And I will do the same thing on Wednesday for Thursday. So my Monday and Tuesday kind of go together, whatever I need to do. If there's some prep work I need to get done Monday for Tuesday. And then my Wednesday and Thursday go together because Thursdays are another busy day for me. We have outings, we have therapy. They're busy days. So I plan for whatever I'm doing Wednesday to help me out on Thursday. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And that's one of the only ways that cooking everything from scratch really works, is you do have to kind of plan. So if you know you're having a busy day, you can't wait until that day and be like, ooh, what am I gonna make? You really need to have a plan. However, I'm not a fan of weekly meal plans. That's just not me. I'm not that way because I can plan and have the best intentions, and in 3 days be like, no, I don't want that. Nobody wants that. So I don't do that. But I do plan my Tuesdays and my Thursdays, but I don't do them way in advance. I hope some of that made sense to you guys. I'm trying to tell you how I can do it even on busy days. Anyway, let's jump into this fast, easy day. So today's video will be way shorter because these meals take no time and majority of the cooking is done this morning. So let's start with breakfast. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some butter in my pot. You'll probably find that we use a lot of butter in our house. That's why when I showed you the pantry tour, there is so much butter. So I can get this butter melted. And then I have cut up an apple here. I peeled and I cut it up. I'm gonna add that in with this good butter. I'm also going to add some sugar. I don't really have recipes for you today because all of these are just really quick, throw it together. So there's not a lot of recipes to share. I'm going to add a little molasses, or you could just add brown sugar. I'm also going to add a tiny bit of salt. Salt always complements sweet. I'm going to add some cinnamon. Stir this up. Then I'm going to cook this just for a few minutes until these apples start to get soft. Again, it will come together really, really fast. I'm going to turn my heat down some. Get that stirred. Already smells delicious. To this, I'm going to add a little bit of water. I'm also going to add some milk. And then I'm going to add in some oats. I forgot to add a pinch of vanilla. And then I'm just going to let that cook until the oats are nice and thick. I tasted the milk. I want to add just a little bit more molasses to this. Give it a little richer flavor. I'm just going to let this come back up to a boil and let the oats cook, and then breakfast will be done. So another thing I do when I'm trying to plan my meals is I'm also going to look in my fridge and I'm going to use what I have, because I don't want to waste the food that I've taken my time to prepare and to cook. So like in my fridge right now, I do still have some bone broth. So I'm not using that today, but I have in the back of my mind tomorrow something needs to be done with that bone broth. So I need to make something with bone broth, some kind of gravy, something like that, or soup or something that's going to go with my bone broth, so I can use that the rest of the way up and it doesn't go to waste. It'll also incorporate any rolls that I have left after today. We'll make sure we eat those up tomorrow. Homemade bread does go bad a lot faster, so you definitely want to use it up. But we're going to have rolls with lunch and dinner today, so we'll see how many we have left. But I will fix that into Wednesday as well. So each day just kind of builds on each other, and that way you're not wasting. It gets easier on you in the kitchen because you're using up stuff you have and you're kind of just thinking ahead. All right, back to the oatmeal. Okay, so here is my oatmeal. And here is Charles's oatmeal, the kids. Well, it's really just Kate that will probably eat it. Ronnie's at school. Girls aren't home this, you know, it's during the week, so they're not home. And Theo might eat a little, I don't know. But here it is. And then I like to sprinkle a little cinnamon on top. And I have a little bit of this sugar in the raw, so it's like grainy, bigger sugar. It's great for topping things. If you're using it for baking, which we do a lot, you just have to grind it up really good. That's it. That's a beautiful bowls of oatmeal. While we're waiting for this to cool though for a taste test, let's go on and throw dinner together because we're just doing it in the crock pot and it is already 10 o'clock. Here is our fast, easy crock pot meal. I have a rump roast here, so I'm just going to open that up. This is something that Theo should eat. Our movie is at 4:10 today, so I definitely won't be home. In time, you know, to make a good dinner and eat at a decent time. And here I have a tomato from the garden. I got some onions, potatoes, mushrooms, carrots. I'm gonna throw all that in here as well. So this would be like one big meal. Spread that around. Then I am going to add some soy sauce. Some red wine. Some minced garlic. Of course, I love my crushed Korean red peppers. I'm adding that in here as well. That's optional. I know many of you don't have this ingredient, although I highly recommend that you find it and get it. I get mine off Amazon in a great big bulk bag or at the Asian market. It's bomb. And I'm going to add some salt. Pepper. And I'm going to top it with butter if I can get this out of here. That's it. This will cook on low. I might throw some of our fresh spices in here when I come back from the garden. Actually, I probably will. I'll probably throw a little parsley and thyme in here when I come back in from the garden, but I haven't gone out yet, and I don't need it right this second. But I'm going to put this on low, and it'll cook all day long.
I like that.
All right.
It's cold, so this bowl feels really good.
You ready?
I am.
It's still hot, even though I waited until
I was gonna say, yeah, I see some steam,
after
but
dinner.
that's good. We're good.
Very good. Creamy, appley, cinnamony.
Mm-hmm.
Good fall morning breakfast.
Mm-hmm. My office is a little chilly back there, so this is perfect.
Nice and warm.
Thank you.
Welcome. We're gonna go eat breakfast. All right, you guys, so next we have dessert to make, and I'm only making that because we're out of ice cream, and we don't get out of ice cream at this house. We make it if we're out. So we're gonna whip up some chocolate ice cream today, and then we have lunch. I mean, it's such a simple day. And I just wanted to say, I'm in a lot of Facebook groups and things like that on cooking from scratch, and The biggest thing that I see so many comments on, and people that cook a lot from scratch, they get a little irritated by all the comments about this. And I don't, because I can see where they come from. And that is, how do you do it? How do you make this happen? Sorry, I'm trying to adjust this. My tripod's broke. Everything's broke. But it's, how do you make it happen? How is there enough time in the day to make everything from scratch? And I hope that following me in the 6-month challenge, those of you that are just starting this way of cooking or interested in it, that you can see it's not like what you see on TikTok and in so many videos of cooking from scratch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all these places that put this unrealistic expectation of what cooking from scratch is. I think when people say, oh, you cook everything from scratch, automatically they're thinking you bake fresh cinnamon rolls for breakfast. And then you're gonna bake some goldfish crackers for lunch or for snack. And then you're gonna make, you know, some sandwich bread and crush up some peanuts and grind them up and make your homemade jam. And you're gonna make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and fry some potatoes for potato chips. And then you're gonna have another snack of some homemade cookies. And then you're gonna have dinner, which is gonna be this big. We're gonna make some fresh pasta and fresh pasta sauce, and we're gonna make some garlic bread from scratch, and then we're gonna have this big chocolate German cake for dessert. I think that all sounds wonderful, by the way, but I think that is so unrealistic, and people portray that that's what it is like, and that is not what real life is like. And I hope that you can see that this is what real life is like. There is a time and a place for that. There is definitely days that I will spend all day in the kitchen because I feel like it and I have the time for it. And there are many days like today, I don't have any time for the kitchen at all. And, you know, I think that by using what you have, which is what I touched on already today, by using what you have already and not wasting food, you build up a supply of food for snacks and stuff. As a society, we, I think all this, okay, say the right words, junk food, fun food, is normal, and that's snacks. If you look back in the days, that's not snacks. They didn't have goldfish crackers and Fruit Loops and Cinnamon Toast Crunch and, you know, peanut butter cheese crackers and cheese in a can and all this stuff. They just had leftovers, and that's honestly what we have. Like, if somebody wants a snack right now and they were to open my fridge, they could grab some soup, they could grab some chicken pot pie. There is muffins, and if I'd made biscuits or something like that instead of muffins, there'd be biscuits. And there's rolls, you can grab a roll, throw some butter, and there's always jam in our house, throw some jam. And that's realistic, and that's how it's doable. And so when I tell people that, and I comment back to them on all these Facebook groups, they're like, I never even thought about that, you know, it can be that simple. And it just really can be super simple to eat whole real foods, cooking from scratch, everything. And even if you don't want to make all your condiments and all of that, you don't have to do that. I went down that hole and I made everything, especially when we were trying to figure out what was wrong with Ronnie. Now we have some store-bought condiments in the house. I don't feel like that's the end of the world. And I think you just have to have some grace with yourself, because to do every single thing is just very unrealistic. And that's what I gotta say about that. If you cut out the regular snacky foods that you assume and associate with snacky foods, instead think more like yogurt, bread with some jam, because you've made a loaf of bread for the week or a couple loaves of bread for the week. That is how they used to eat. Like when my grandma grew up, she never talked about eating some goldfish crackers. You know, she said, no, we would grab a biscuit, because there was always biscuits. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that, and I hope that those of you who are newer to this style of living and eating, that you can pick that up while you're watching me for 6 months do this. So I just wanted to touch on that. All right, now I'm gonna make the chocolate ice cream, because I'm only gonna spend about an hour total, maybe even less, in my kitchen today, aside from talking to you guys. So it is a very easy day for me in the kitchen. Let's make some chocolate ice cream. All right, you guys, let's make some chocolate ice cream. I want you to see how simple and wholesome these ingredients are. If you look at ice cream, look at a package of ice cream, it's insane the amount of ingredients just in some ice cream, which is just made from basic ingredients. So here is some, I'm separating my cream, but you could use store-bought heavy cream. You're gonna need about 1 quart of heavy cream, and then about a half a quart of milk. So for me, I skim the cream off about 1.5 gallons of milk, and then I add some milk to that as well. When we make this homemade chocolate ice cream, it tastes a lot like a chocolate Frosty. Like a Wendy's Frosty. And we're gonna add just a little bit of milk as well. All right, then I'm gonna add 3 egg yolks. I'm gonna add a little tapioca starch, and that is just because that helps it keep it from getting like ice crystals and keeps it much smoother. But you don't have to have that. It just gets a little bit more icy if you don't. I'm gonna add a cup of sugar. I'm gonna add unsweetened cocoa powder. I use cacao powder, but that's just a little bit more natural. But unsweetened cocoa powder works just as good. I'm gonna add a little pinch of salt. And then I like in the chocolate to add a drop of pure almond extract. Completely optional. Then we are going to blend this up. All right, you want to give it a little taste. So good. I say that every time because ice cream is just so good. All right. It almost tastes like a cherry cordial when you add in the little bits, or the little bit of almond extract. All right, let's get the ice cream maker out. All right, the secret to the Cuisinart, which I love, is to make sure this stays cold. Don't pull it out while you're making your ice cream. Get it at the very last minute. Turn it on. We're in our ice cream, and then we'll let this go for about 30 minutes, and we'll move it to the freezer. That's it. So simple. I can do other stuff while that's going. Alexa, start a 30-minute timer.
30 minutes.
That's it. So basically, eating breakfast and everything, the only thing I have left to do is lunch, which is seriously going to take me 10 minutes to put together. It's 10:41. I'm done cooking for the day, other than that 10-minute lunch that I'm going to throw together. So it can be really, really easy. You guys, I even took time to eat. Started all this after 9, sat with my husband, ate breakfast, I've talked to you guys. It really can go very easy and very fast. You don't need a lot of time. I could honestly even make lunch up now, put it in the fridge, and then not be in the kitchen the rest of the day. So you can make it as hard or as easy as you want. All right, the ice cream is done. It's very soft serve style right now, but I'm gonna put it in its container to go into the freezer. All right, so then I'm just gonna put it all in this container, and then I just put this in my freezer. It'll finish setting up. That's so good. If you didn't like this, it's just like a Frosty. So later tonight, when it sets up good, I'll have Charles taste test for you guys. He's in a meeting right now. Alright, that's it. This goes in the freezer. And tonight, we will taste ice cream with you guys. Alright, you guys, it is time for lunch. Super fast and easy. Use the kind of fat you like to saute things up. I'm going to use some lard. You can use bacon grease. You can use whatever kind of fat you want. I'm going to use a pound of ground pork. You could use ground beef. You can use chicken, turkey, whatever it is that you find on sale or that you have at your house. So let's get this started. Really fast, really easy. Alright, just going to use a pot because I don't have a small pan. Other than cast iron, I don't feel like doing cast iron with this because it's going to be sticky. So I'm just going to start heating up a little bit of lard. Then I got some of our rolls here. I'm going to pop those in the oven just to get them nice and warm. I have some of those chopped onions. Again, I'm just taking the easy way out. So I'm going to add some of the frozen chopped onions. Some of the already minced up garlic. And just stir this up. Let this saute for just a minute before we add our pork. Also going to add some salt to this. Alright, then I'm going to add my ground pork. Still a tiny bit frozen in the middle. I got it out yesterday. And I let it sit on the counter for the last hour. Now I'm going to add more salt to this. That is something you do not need to do unless you're using just ground pork that has no seasoning. Because ground pork needs a lot of salt. It's a very bland, so it needs a lot of salt. If you wanted to make side dishes to go with these sandwiches, then you could. We're not doing anything. There is veggies. If somebody wants to grab up some carrots or some cucumber or something like that. Okay, next I'm going to add ketchup. Mustard. We do normally have our own canned ketchup. I'm out right now. I do have tomatoes to make it, so I'm getting into our emergency stash of store-bought ketchup. We have a few bottles of that. I'm adding molasses, or you could just add brown sugar. Whenever you see me add molasses and sugar, you could just always add brown sugar. Stir this all up. If your meat is really fatty, you can always drain the meat. I added the lard to this because our ground pork is very lean. It is not at all fatty. And I want this to just cook down a little bit. And of course, always optional, I'm adding crushed red pepper, Korean red pepper. It's different than regular crushed red pepper. I think this might need just a hair bit more ketchup. Alright, now I'm just going to let this cook down for a few minutes, and this is what we call sloppy poppy, because this is my grandfather's recipe, and we called him Poppy, so, alright. Okay, so just grab your rolls. Add your sloppy Joe mix. Close it up. That's it. Have Charles come in when this cools for just a second. I won't be mean and make him do it while it's this hot. I'll have him come in and taste it for you. It's one of his favorites. All right, Charles is ready. You see my plate's empty. I was hungry. But I might have lost some of the, skin off the top of my mouth, but we're all good. It was very good.
I can see why, because mine's cooled and it's still hot.
Very
but
good.
It's one of those things that no matter how hot it is, you just want to keep digging in.
It's so good. And you don't even need all the sides and all that kind of stuff, because you can just make a meal just with that.
No, it's very good.
The only thing I would like with it that you don't like is I like coleslaw on mine, but our cabbage isn't ready yet.
No, it's far from me.
I know. Sometime this winter, I'll have cabbage.
Yeah, I don't know what the growing time is on it, but...
All right, go eat your lunch.
I will.
I'll call the kids. All right, so all we have left to do then is I got to show you guys dinner. So I'll show you that tonight when I get back from the movies and stuff with Luke. Dinner will be done, and then I'll show you guys the ice cream and let Charles do a taste test for you guys. That's it. Quick, easy day today. Gotta love it. I'll see you guys tonight. So we're out pulling our stuff from the garden, and I thought I'd show you my herb collection. So this is what I need to put away for today. So I've got some parsley. I've got plenty of parsley now. I'm just letting the rest be. I've got thyme, rosemary, mint, oregano, and more basil. Now when you come over here, I've already bagged up stuff I've already dried. I've got 2 bags of basil. I've got a bag But not much, but some oregano. I got a big bag of parsley already and a bag of dill. Alright, that always looks so pretty. And now the house smells divine. So I got everything up, but 2 of them I have in baskets sitting on the table to dry. So you guys, I just got to show you, I just got back from the movies and this is what my husband left in my kitchen. He picked the rest of our peppers. He filmed it for you guys. There's peppers there. There's peppers there. If you guys have good ideas on preserving peppers, like what you like to do with them besides pop them in the freezer, especially the green bell peppers, leave a message down below and let me know. Because I'm excited about these. I love the poblano. And I can can up all the jalapenos and just make pickled jalapenos or cowboy candy. Don't really know what to do with these. They're not really banana peppers or anything like that. Some did turn red, so I'll probably just dehydrate any that do have red. But yeah, let me know, because we have so many peppers. And I think he said it was like 47 pounds of peppers. And I think he said that there was like 60 pounds of tomatoes, which I'll just roast all that into tomato sauce. And I'm gonna be busy canning the rest of the week. All right, so then here is dinner and dessert. You can see the ice cream set up beautifully and the roast and the potatoes. Charles is gonna be your taste tester. All right, he had to run the ice cream back out. And you got potatoes and carrots. I didn't give you mushrooms. And there's rolls over there to eat as well.
So I tried the carrot first.
I thought it was very
That is
good.
pretty darn perfect.
I thought it was very
Especially
good.
for a damp, cold,
I know it started
nasty
raining.
night, and I have to go bring cows hay. So this will warm me up before
Yes. You and Kate both got to go out and do night chores.
I go. Very good.
Good. Try your ice cream, then you can eat dinner. I know. Poor baby has to try ice cream.
I don't know.
And he uses metal spoons. I don't understand it.
Use metal because they make metal.
Wouldn't are so much better.
That is very creamy. Very good.
All right, he's ready to go eat.
Yep.
All right, you guys, that's going to wrap it up for tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Have a great day or night wherever you are.